If you're a manager and someone on your team is underperforming, save this. My name is Amy. I lead human resources at a global company. I took quick notes as if we are friends, and I'm sending you a quick voice memo. So first, we're going to think not manager, direct report. We're going to even the playing field. I'm going to use a sports analogy. You are their coach, and it is your job to make sure that they can do their job successfully. This approach is not for the lazy manager. I don't think that's you. But if you shift your perspective into I'm their manager and they're not doing their job, you're not going to get anywhere. They can sense that from you. You're going to pull them to the sidelines and thought partner with them. I really like that phrase. Instead of saying I have some negative feedback or using the word feedback at all, or in the middle of the year, I love using natural moments in time. So you could say, hey, we just hit the half year mark. I want to talk about the rest of the year and make sure that you feel supported. One of the ways I think we could do that is making sure that what you are held accountable for is reflected in your job description. I want to agree on that and then make goals and make them big for the year and then break them down into quarterly. Without knowing your industry or level of management or anything, this is all obviously going to be general. So you want to have your job description, align on that, your annual goals, break them down into quarterly. And then again, without knowing anyone watching this, I would say, hey, I want to make sure that I have really just a clear understanding of your systems and processes so that I can lend my experience and help you with maybe something that works for me. We can thought partner on the best way forward. Part of being a thought partner as their direct manager is being transparent about them potentially saying, I need XYZ to do my job, and you saying, I can't give you that. So be prepared if you use this approach. If and when you have to say no, I personally think it's always best to lead with transparency. And whatever you do, don't lie. If you feel like you can't give a reason at any point for when you have to say no, just make sure you don't lie. Because again, people pick up on things. Okay, then you want to make sure that their job goals align with their career goals or life goals. Why is that important? Maybe they're so burned out and they really hate their job and they're just there for a paycheck. And if that's the case, that's technically fine if they're meeting expectations. If they are unclear of what you expect from them, how can they fulfill them? So you want to essentially communicate, hey, I want to make sure that we're on the same page. I'm sensing when you're late for deadlines or insert whatever thing that you have noticed. That's how you want to deliver negative feedback. Something that you've noticed and then the impact it has had. So instead of saying you're just not a strategic thinker, you would say when we had the team meeting and I asked for your thoughts the last 5 weeks in a row and you haven't spoken up, it makes me wonder, fill in the blank. So you're not using some vague phrase like strategic thinker. You're using a concrete example of what you've noticed and you're trying to seek to understand. This feels like a jumbled voice memo, honestly. So hopefully it's helpful. Anyways, another thing. Ask when they feel happiest in their job. It's probably when they feel recognized for their positive contributions. So even if they're underperforming, anytime they get a win, make sure you know how they most prefer that recognition.